Hey guys, I wanted to let you guys know as I'm doing the POR-15 stuff, I'm kind of taking pictures and stuff, but I wanted to give you guys a heads up, things that I'm encountering while I'm doing this. The metal prep, the POR-15 metal prep, the inside tubing is just a little bit too long. I just had to cut about 2.5 inches off of the tubing so that, because I've got plenty in here and it just was not wanting to pick it up. So I did want to let you guys know you may have to cut it. You didn't run out, there's plenty in there. But you may have to cut the tubing just a little bit because it was like curling around and then sticking up, and that's why I wasn't getting anything, and I was trying to twist it and wasn't helping. So a little bit of cutting you may need to do on your tubing, just saying. Alright, hello everyone, I am back. I have gotten through all of the prepping stage, the degreaser, the metal prep, making sure everything is nice and clean, nice and dry. Everything is finished. There is a bit of residue left over, but in the instructions it even says that if there's residue left over, just ignore it. Or if it bothers you that much, you can take a cloth and just wipe it off. But it doesn't bother me as long as it's okay that it's there, I don't care. So, my next prepping stage was to insert all of the bolts that I had that are supposed to stay in the vehicle. Because mainly, and I will show you here, because whenever you start doing the POR-15 over top, it could get inside of any of the holes that you do not have filled. So you want to make sure that all of these are pretty much flush. This one I couldn't get the washers off of, so I'm kind of leaving it a little bit loose because just in case I don't want these washers to get stuck to the metal and then not ever be able to get this back out again. But the majority of the other ones, like this one here, I did leave a little bit of a gap because the washer that is supposed to be on here will take up that space. So even if the top threads get messed up, it won't be a make or break deal because the washer will be there. It'll take up that space. So I am missing a couple bolts, but most of them I do have done. I've got this one. This one is for the back bracket of the seat. This is for the seat belt bezel thing here. And then this is for, it was supposed to be for the middle seat belt, I do believe. Honestly, I'm not quite sure. But either way, they're all in their spots. They're all down as they should be. And now we're going to move on to the POR-15. Alright, so we're about to open up the POR-15 Rust Preventative, the silver. The silver one is supposed to go first. Now, in the kit, it does not come with how to open these. So I'm just going to use a flathead screwdriver, pop this open. Now, I do want to let you guys know that I have seen in other YouTuber videos and in reviews that once you open this, if you get any of the POR-15 on the edges, be sure to wipe it off because as soon as you put this lid back on, it will seal it tight again. You won't be able to get this lid back off. So make sure to take all of the POR-15 that's off of the side so that you would be able to get the lid off again. So let's get into it. Alright guys, I've laid out all of my power mesh strips out here and I'm about to put my gloves on. Now these are gloves that I just got from the dollar store, honestly. I'm going to use these instead of using the POR-15 gloves just because these will go up a little bit further. The POR-15 gloves only come up to your wrist. So just so that I don't get anything on any of this part of my arm, I'm going to go ahead and just wear these. So, because again, and I have said this in my unboxing video, that if you get any of this on your skin, it will stay on your skin. So you need to use the solvent that's with it just to get it to break up off of your skin, or you will have it for about a week. So I've already cracked open my POR-15 silver, and yep, just gotta get the top off here. Of course, this is super fun with gloves on. Alright, I don't know really where to put this, but you also want to make sure that you wear some sort of, mask. Just because this stuff is nasty, you don't want to get it in your lungs. I'm going to put all that on there. Alright, put the sunglasses over top. You want to make sure you have protective eyewear on as well. You don't want any of this getting in your eye. Not that, it probably won't happen, but you know what, whatever. Make sure that you're wearing clothes that you don't really care about, just in case you get any of that on you as well. I think I'm going to start with the 2-inch brush that came with this. That was a little easier. All right, there we go. It came with one 2-inch brush and 3 1-inch brushes. So, all right, let's get set up here. And I probably want to mix it with my 1-inch brush, and I am going to lay out a paper towel to set on the ground so that whenever I use my 1-inch brush, I'm not putting it on concrete. And it won't get stuck to concrete there. So I'll mix it up here. And that is something that they said you should do. Make sure you mix it up well. I'll get back to you whenever I'm done mixing. I've been hit, and I also broke my nail. And this was a nail I put a tip on to save the nail underneath that I'd broken. And so I broke it again. That's wonderful. We'll see if we can fix this. Alright, it has been roughly 2 hours. This is the final silver product here. Very shiny, except for, well, I mean, it is still shiny right here on the heat protectant that was here. It's still pretty shiny, but on the metal itself, it's actually a little bit shinier. It is pretty much dry. I'm not putting a whole lot of force on it, but a little bit. It's got a little bit of friction to it, but you know, I'm not leaving any fingerprints anywhere. The only things that I'm having a little bit of problem with is my power mesh didn't quite mesh. Didn't quite get stuck all the way down. So I'm wondering if I can get maybe the black. Whenever I go over top, maybe the black will help get those couple little pieces to stick all the way down. So we will definitely see. I'm probably gonna pull some of these bolts out of here now just to make sure that they come out, which this one is, but this one's kind of stuck in there. I can't get that one out by hand. Just to make sure that these are not getting stuck to the paint like that. I might have to flathead that loose. These power meshes did pretty well. That's kind of up a little bit. But otherwise they did fairly well. And over here. And the black will help cover any of the other spots that are still, like you can still see little spots that didn't get covered on the power mesh. The black should fill the rest of that in here. I am super excited. This actually came out very well. Very well. I'll have to throw up a picture of what it used to look like over here or something. So that way you guys can see what I covered up there. That looks really good. I'm very excited. This was, the driver's side was the worst side. Passenger side looks beautiful as well. I am so excited. Alright, so we're gonna get into the black now. So I'll get back with you guys whenever I'm finished with that. Trying to get ready, and whenever I set my gloves down, I did not even think to make sure the fingers were not touching whenever they dried, and now I have a hole in this glove. So I'm not going to be able to use my cute pink ones anymore, because you know I'm a huge fan of pink anyways. This one seems to work, the left one's fine. I got all of them to separate fine, but on the right hand I'm going to have to use the glove that they gave me. I do have another set of blue pair of gloves, but they are very thin, so I'll only use those if I need to. Alright, let's get started.